you new to sewing?
I am, yes.
Have you made your Christmas list?
I'm starting it now.
Wow, we have got a great list of things coming up that you can put on your Christmas list to send out to anybody that's buying you presents this year. Rachel.
I'm Nikki and we're the Stitch Sisters.
And we are bringing you the third in our gift guides, and this one is aimed at the beginner sewer. So if you're just starting out your journey, but also if you're planning on asking for a sewing machine for Christmas, or if you know someone in your family has asked for a sewing machine for Christmas, these are all the ideas of the extra little bits that you could get them.
So they might not even know that they need these things, and that's why we thought a good list is what you need.
Yes, this is also perfect if you're just starting out your sewing journey at any time of year and you just want to know the essentials. Which items should you spend your money on when you're building your first sewing kit? And these are some of our favourites that even after years and years of sewing, we still wouldn't be without.
Absolutely. So we're starting at the cheaper end and we're moving up. So we're starting at just over £2, and this is a hemline sewing gauge. And these things are amazing. There are so many different things you can do with this, from marking circles to marking buttonholes, but it's also really good for taking measurements. So it's a really thin ruler with a point on one end, and it's got a little guide that goes up and down that if you've measured a certain distance, you can remember what that is by putting the little marker there. And it comes in inches on one side and centimetres on the other. So it doesn't matter what way you measure, you can have both.
Yes.
It's also really good for converting from one to the other.
Yes.
And I use that quite a lot because I can never remember how to do it.
I also love the pointy end, so that uses a point turner, so whenever you're trying to get nice sharp points on something, if you're trying to poke out your corners, it's really, really good for that.
Yeah.
So that is the best value you're ever going to get for £2.19. Yes. Next up is one that you just can't do without, especially as a beginner sewer, but at any time in your sewing journey, you are going to need an unpicker. And don't forget, an unpicker isn't at all of shame. It's not something that you use when you make mistakes, although it is that. It's not just that. Sometimes you're taking something apart to repurpose it. There's lots of reasons why you might need a seam ripper.
Yeah.
But this is something that every sewist is going to need. Now, most new sewing machines will come with one, but they dull quite quickly, and you should always have a sharp one. So having a brand new one is a great thing to have, whether you're an experienced or a beginner sewer. And these new Prym Love ones that we really love have an ergonomic handle, so they're really comfy to use if you've got lots and lots of unpicking to do.
And they're really pretty. So who doesn't love pretty things in their sewing room?
So this one is £3.69 and is a perfect little stocking filler.
So next up is a tape measure, and every sewist needs a tape measure, but we found one which is particularly long. It's 2.5 metres long, and that's really, really handy. So it's fiberglass coated, so that means it's going to be really durable, and it's only £4.49, so it's a great little addition to your sewing room.
Yes, and Prym is a brand that we've used a lot and we can definitely recommend. So it's good quality and it's going to last.
Excellent.
So next up is something that's just for fun, but is also very practical.
Yep.
So every sewist needs a pincushion, but especially when you're starting out, the cuter the better.
Oh yes.
And we found the most gorgeous one from Liberty, and it's this lovely little pear. And I just think the shape of it means that it's really accessible because it's got a nice bit of height on it, so you can have it sat next to your sewing machine and the pins are at just the right height. But not only that, it's adorable. It's made in really beautiful fabric, and that one is £9.95.
So next up are our online sewing classes. So Rachel and I have a little website called www.thestitchsisters.co.uk where we have all of our online video-based sewing classes. We do everything from Learn to Sew, which is free, all the way up to dressmaking classes, and the classes themselves start at £9.99.
So if somebody's brand new to sewing, just getting a sewing machine, and you just want to bundle a few bits and give them a sewing class, and you don't want to decide which one, don't forget that you can also get gift cards.
Yes.
So from £10 upwards, you can give them a gift card and they can decide which class they want to spend it on.
Perfect.
So next up, we have got some scissors. Now, obviously you need scissors for sewing, but what you might not know is that you actually need more than one pair of scissors. So you want a pair of Dressmakers shears, we'll get to those in a minute, but you also need a pair of little scissors. And the reason they're so important is you need sharp points right to the end, but they're also really great for cutting loose threads and for hand sewing and all that sort of thing. Now, our favourites are these 4-inch embroidery scissors from Sewists, and we've linked to the ones from Sew Essential, which are a really great price of £11.40, but we've both got multiple pairs of these in our sewing room and we would not be without them.
No.
So it's rather than going for novelty scissors, I think it's better to invest in a brand that you know is really good quality.
So to go with your lovely Pear Pin Cushion, you need some lovely pins. We've chosen these Prym glass head pins, which are great for whether you're doing quilting or crafts, but also if you're doing dressmaking. The glass head means that you can iron over the head and it won't melt or stick to your iron. And we love these Prym ones. We think they're lovely and bright, but also Prym make great sharp pins, so they'll be really durable as well. Yeah, there are lots of novelty pins out there and lots of beginner sewers are drawn to the really cute ones, but what we found is that these tick all the boxes with the long shaft. They're great for all sorts of different projects and they will last, so they're the best ones to invest in. They're just $11.99 for a pack, so they'll be perfect to go with your pincushion. Now, every beginner sewer needs some inspiration and you'll get lots of that online and channels like ours on YouTube, but sometimes you just want some quick and easy projects, and a book for a beginner is a brilliant way to do that. And we found this book, which is a book for 50 different fat quarter projects. Now, a fat quarter is a fairly small square of fabric, which just means that you are going to be able to create lots and lots of different projects. And it's a really good way to hone your skills with smaller makes and just practice and practice and practice. It's also great for all ages. There's some really cute little things in there that would be perfect for younger sewers as well. So if you're buying a sewing machine for a child and you want to give them some inspiration, then it would also be great for that. So this one is $15.99. It's available from Amazon, we think it's got some really cute projects in it. So to go with the book, what you need is some fat quarters. So Minerva sell a little range of Gutermann fabrics, which are cut into fat quarters. You get 5 in a pack and they're all matched for you. So they're all in the same colour range. They're usually in the same style of fabric, so they'll all blend nicely with each other. And that's perfect for mixing and matching through different projects. They have a huge range. We've picked one that we like and it's lovely and pink and flowery, and they're just $21.99. So the two of them go really well together. So we've already mentioned little scissors, but you are also going to need a pair of Dressmakers shears, and shears have nice long blades that give you nice clean cuts when you're cutting longer lengths of fabric. So when you're cutting out your pattern pieces, they're really great for that, or anytime you need to cut a longer length. And we've recommended these ones from Prym. They're $25.99, but we just think that when it comes to scissors, it's worth spending as much as you can. $25.99 is still a reasonable price, and you can buy scissors that cost hundreds of pounds, but it does mean that you're paying a little bit more and getting some decent quality. What we found is that if you buy scissors that are too much at the budget end, then they dull quite quickly and you're constantly having to try and sharpen them or replace them, whereas these will actually last a decent amount of time. So next up, we've got a little rotary cutter set. So if you're into quilting or craft, this is going to be perfect for you. So you can use other things other than scissors to cut your fabrics. And I love using a rotary cutter and a board. And I found this little pack from Sew Essential, which gives you a starter kit. So you've got a mini board, you've got a mini ruler, and you've got a rotary cutter. Now it's £39.31, but I think that's a good price for all three together. Your board will last you a very long time, years and years. Your ruler will last forever, and your rotary cutter just needs the actual blade to be replaced. So actually, although it's a lot of money, it is value for money because you have the whole kit and everything is ready to go. Yeah, now this is a premium set because Olfa is the leading brand of rotary cutters and boards. So it's an A4 board with a 6-inch square ruler, and there are other options out there if you want a bigger ruler or a bigger board, but this is a really good price for something that's such a good quality product. Yeah.
So speaking of quality, something we learned the hard way, that the quality of your thread does make a big difference to your sewing, and if you want to give someone a real treat and start them on their sewing journey with a really, really good top quality range of threads, then this one from Mettler we would definitely recommend. So Mettler is a really respectable, very high quality thread manufacturer, and this kit comes in a whole range of different colours, but we particularly like the fact that it's also got your basic colours in there. So it's got a good range of lights and darks, brights and pastels, and everything that you're likely to need. Now it is expensive because it's £56 for 28 threads, but that works out roughly at £2 each, and that is a really good price for Mettler threads. So if you want to give someone an extra special treat, then that's the one to go for.
So lastly, you've got all of these sewing supplies. What you still need is a machine. So we're going to recommend the Janome 230 DC, which you can see just over my shoulder there, because that's the one that we use in a lot of our sewing classes. It's a great entry-level electronic machine. So you get an automatic one-step buttonhole, you've got more flexibility when it comes to moving your stitches and things like that around, and you've got an electronic panel. You also have quite a large range of stitches with this machine as well, and we think it's a really good entry-level machine if you're looking for something special.
Yes, so if there are more basic machines out there, but this is one that a beginner can easily get their head around, and it means that they're not going to grow out of it too quickly, because it should last them for at least the first few years quite happily.
And Janome is one of the leading brands, so you've got the assurance of that as well. It's £299, but we think that's real good value for money, and you will have this machine for years.
So there you are, that's everything that we would, not everything, because there's a lot more stuff that we could recommend.
We could go on and on.
We could, but we hope that that's a useful list of things that you could get for the beginner sewer in your life, or you could ask somebody to buy for you if you're just starting your sewing journey. So that's it. So we have 3 gift guides for you now, for whether you're looking for sewing treats, whether you're looking for gifts for beginners, or whether you're looking gifts for the more experienced sewer. If you've not watched the others, make sure you can go and check them out now. And we really hope that you enjoy your run up to Christmas and enjoy your Christmas shopping, and we'll see you soon with a new video.
Bye!
Bye!